This lesson is to be able to look at the words, the tables, and the graphs to be able to analyze what's going on with the situation that we're addressing. So, in this particular one, Dylan is planning to have his birthday party at a skating rink. The rink charges a party fee plus an additional charge per guest. Number one is to choose 2 points from the table and find the rate of change. So if we do 56 minus 53 over 2 minus 1, which is the equation for slope, right? y2 minus y1 is equal to over x2 minus x1. We get 3 over 1, which is 3. Okay, so our rate of change is 3. Next, they ask us to write a function to represent the situation. So I know first that we've got y equals 3x. But when I analyze the table, which you need to do whenever you're doing these problems, something's wrong, because if I do 1 times 3, 1 guess times 3, I get 3, but the total cost is 53. 2 guess times 3 is 6, and the total cost is 56. So by analyzing the table, we know that we're also adding 50 to every one of those figures in the y column of the chart. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 50 is 59. So apparently the party fee is 50. They ask you to graph it. So remember, I told you the total cost is always the vertical axis. And then number of guests will be your horizontal. So according to the chart, if we have 1 guest, 1 times 3 is 3, and then we add the total of 50, we're going to be about right here. All right, so then if we look at 2 guests at 56, we're about right here, and then it goes up like that. Okay, finally they say here, use the function to find the amount of skating rink charges for the party fee. And when we looked at the graph, we saw that it was starting at 50, or actually we were right about right here. So if we extend the line at 0 guests, we're going to be at 50, and it's going to go like that. So by looking at the graph, we know that the party fee is $50. In example 1, they have a shoe store offering free points when you sign up for a rewards card. And then for each pair of shoes purchased, you earn an additional number of points. So the graph shows that the total points earned for several pairs of shoes. And if we want to find and interpret the rate of change and the initial value, we're going to take the 60 minus the 90 minus 60 points over 4 minus 2. So we've chosen 2 points on the graph. 90 minus 60 is 15, and 4 minus 2, actually 90 minus 60 is 30 over 2. We end up reducing that to 15 points per pair. So our rate of change is 15. So y equals 15x. But when you look at that, it's not going to go through 0, obviously. And we want to look at the y-intercept as being where this particular function begins. And so if we say y is equal to 0, we're going to end up at 30. So the initial number of points that they would earn is 30. And that's how we determine our y-intercept. So let's look at this next one here on A. Music Incorporated charges a yearly subscription fee plus a monthly fee. The total cost for the different numbers of months, including the yearly fee, is shown. So if we look at 1 and 15 and 3 and 21, we can find our rate of change. 21 minus 15 over 3 minus 1. 6 over 2, so our rate of change is 3. In example number 2, Joan has some photos in her photo album. Each week she plans to add 12 photos. Joan had 120 photos after 8 weeks. So now we're going to interpret the rate of change and the initial value. So we use our equation, the slope-intercept form, and we replace the m with 12 because that's that's the rate of change per week that she's going to be adding photos. So we have our y equals 12x plus b, but we don't know what the initial value is. So in order to find that, they give us two numbers. They said that she had 120 photos after 8 weeks. So for 8 weeks, she got 120 photos. If we solve for b, we're going to know what the initial value was. So our final equation is going to be y equals 12x plus 24, and the initial amount of photos that she started out with was 24. Okay, guys? So when in the words they give you a point at which, at a certain rate of change, the total number is here, you plug it into the x and the y, and you come up with 24, and that's how you know that the b is 24. Okay? I think we can stop there. And you guys are good to go on working on your homework until lunch. And then after lunch, we're going to do STEP. Okay?
Yay! So we're doing the guided practice and the independent practice?
It's up there on the board. It's 251. Oh, no, that's after one. 322 through 324 all.
Oh, it's not recording.